Motorists should be made aware of new driving rules which have come into force from October, which could impact Scottish drivers with hefty fines if they are unaware. Not only this, driving costs are set to soar following the October budget as set out by the government. Despite costs of fuel slowly coming back down, this could continue to rise if fuel duty was targeted, as the RAC has issued an alert to drivers. In addition, Scotland's roads have already seen some major changes come into force this year, which include parking rules and the enforcement of new low-emission zones, LEZs. Let's take a closer look at the 4 new driving laws and changes that have come into effect across Scotland that all drivers should be aware of, reports Chronicle Live. Budget motorists are being warned to brace themselves for a potential fuel duty hike, as Chancellor Rachel Reeves is reportedly considering tax increases in the upcoming painful budget. The RAC has issued an alert to drivers as Labour seeks to plug a £22 billion gap in public finances at the fiscal event on October 30th. A 5p per litre reduction in fuel duty was introduced by the Conservative government in March 2022, while prior to this, the levy had been frozen at 57.95p since March 2011. The RAC suggested that Ms Reeves may have no choice but to raise fuel duty back up to 58p litre in October's budget. In addition, Howard Cox, the founder of campaign group Fair Fuel UK, claimed that the Treasury has virtually settled on a fuel duty increase of 10p per litre. Parking changes. The new private parking sector single code of practice will officially come into effect at the beginning of October, aiming to create a fairer environment for motorists. There are certain changes under the new code that drivers should be aware of. Join the Daily Record's WhatsApp community here and get the latest news sent straight to your messages. Will Hurley, CEO at the International Parking Community, commented on the recent parking legislation changes, saying, "This new code will create positive change across the UK, enhancing the protection of the most vulnerable in society, whilst creating consistency and clarity for motorists and continuing to elevate standards across the sector." BPA Chief Executive Andrew Pester also spoke about the achievements in providing better parking standards, noting, "This is a key milestone as we work closely with government, consumer bodies and others to deliver fairer and more consistent parking standards for motorists. We will continue to push for a positive outcome for all. Join the Daily Record WhatsApp community. Get the latest news sent straight to your messages by joining our WhatsApp community today. You'll receive daily updates on breaking news as well as the top headlines across Scotland. No one will be able to see who is signed up, and no one can send messages except the Daily Record team. All you have to do is click here if you're on mobile, select Join Community and you're in. If you're on a desktop, simply scan the QR code above with your phone and click Join Community. We also treat our community members to special offers, promotions, and adverts from us and our partners. If you don't like our community, you can check out anytime you like. To leave our community, click on the name at the top of your screen and choose Exit Group. If you're curious, you can read our privacy notice. Pavement parking ban. Additionally, Scots drivers should take note of another incoming rule, the costly ban on pavement parking. Offenders could end up with a £100 penalty due to a forthcoming law, which is already in place in Edinburgh and is slated for broader introduction by the end of 2024. Triggered by the Transport, Scotland, Act 2019, the new ruling commenced earlier this year in the capital, enforcing bans on pavement parking, double parking, and parking at dropped curbs, and equipping local authorities with pertinent enforcement powers. However, not every council has immediate plans to introduce the regulation, and some haven't got the decriminalised parking enforcement (DPE) that's needed to enforce it. Low emission zones, LEZ, low emission zones, LEZs, are now operational across Scotland's 4 major cities, Glasgow, Aberdeen, Edinburgh, and Dundee. These were established to combat pollution and have been in place since May of this year. Vehicles must meet specific emission standards or face penalties. This follows the initial introduction of LEZs in 3 areas in May 2022. Those found violating LEZ regulations could face a £60 fine, which can be reduced if paid within a certain time frame but may increase if ignored. This follows Glasgow's introduction of an LEZ last June, covering a city centre area known for high CO2 emissions. Get the latest money news sent straight to your inbox. Sign up to our Record Money newsletter.